What is happening? Welcome back to the Past Alive. It's flea market season yet again, so that means I'm headed out to Rogers, Ohio, about an hour and a half away from my house, to check out the massive outdoor flea market there. And as you see, there wasn't a ton of people there as it normally is, but there was a good enough amount. And of course, I came across some more collectibles and sports cards. I had to film this for you guys, a box of 97 EX 2000. That is a Grail box of mine to open, $35 a pack. I'm back from Rogers, and man, that place always has cool collectibles. As you saw in the video, there wasn't a ton of people set up there or buying, but sometimes it's the best time to go because you'll get the best deals and things will actually be there. There's a lot of people that go there to resell, to buy and resell. So if you don't get there the first thing in the morning when people are setting up, then you may end up being left out in the rain. But I came back with a bunch of collectibles, vintage toys, more so than I found cards. I mean, I always find cards there, but it's a matter of finding stuff I want or stuff for good deals. So, the one guy there had a bunch of vintage toys, collectibles. This is one of the things I picked up from him. You may recognize these from your childhood. Viewmaster reels. Viewmaster was the 80s and 90s version, and I think they predates 80s and 90s even. I think that's technology goes back way further than that. But as a kid, I used to love Viewmaster reels. They were our version of 3D goggles. And the cool thing about this piece is it has original Hills department store stickers on them, which if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you know how much I love Hills, and it was one of my favorite stores ever to go to as a kid to buy toys and baseball cards. And somebody somewhere along the line decided to slash this cardboard open so they could reach their fingers in there and pull out a reel and then slide it back in. So I'm happy that they did that. So you still have the cool graphic and everything else, the price tags. And it still looks like it's new in the packaging, but I bought this for $5. It's not an amazing price, but they typically sell for like $10, $15 online or at toy shows. And I thought it was kind of cool. And I don't know if I have a Viewmaster or not, but I may need to get one here soon and check these reels out. As a kid, I definitely had Batman the Animated Series, and I think I had Gargoyles back then, the real Ghostbusters, of course. So that was one of the things I picked up in Ohio. The next thing, this was actually from a little while back, and I keep forgetting to show it, but I feel like I have to showcase this because it's another one of my favorite cartoons from when I was a kid. And I bought this at an antique mall. It's probably about a month ago now. But you see I paid $10 for it from November 1994. So Disney used to produce this. It's like an old school TV guide, like catalog, kind of the same size as the older TV guides. But from November 1994, featuring an up-and-coming show, Gargoyles, and one of my personal favorites as a kid. Gargoyles didn't last all that long. It started in 94, lasted for 3 seasons, and I just found out recently a big reason why Gargoyles supposedly got killed off, because it was very popular, and it was a very dark show for a kid's show, but because of the O.J. Simpson trial taking place in 94. So because of that being broadcast on virtually every freaking channel imaginable, people fell behind on Gargoyles. And Gargoyles is kind of show where if you didn't watch every episode, then you fell behind. You didn't understand what was going on. And I think so many people didn't realize what was going on in episodes of Season 2 that it just fell apart. And then Season 3 just couldn't save it. No one had any idea by Season 3, so that was really the end of Gargoyles, unfortunately. But incredible show. But I love going back to these old pieces, especially when they pertain to cartoons that I grew up with that I liked a lot, because you see old video game ads, you see Jurassic Park ad in here, old food ads, the Page Master, Power Rangers, but I figured for $10 I had to pick this up, and they bounce all over the place as far as comps go. There's people that have these listed for as high as like $150 on eBay. I think the cheapest one, if you want to get one for yourself now, is like 30 something. So for $10, I was like, to own a piece of history, something that I really enjoyed when I was younger. In that cartoon, we even have comics in here. There's Xanatos right there, so pretty freaking awesome. And I will take some more time and go through this a little in depth when I'm not filming this video. But we even have cards in here. Look at that, some '94 Donruss for hockey. And then on the back, we have a Lion King ad for the Tiger handheld game. I've thought about doing a series on this channel where I play Tiger handheld games. I feel like, I don't know if anyone else does that, but the games were like, I don't know, they were so basic, but I feel like they were really hard at the same time. and they're not really too expensive to obtain these, and they made them for virtually everything. So if you like the idea, if you'd like to see a series on here of me playing Tiger handheld games and trying to beat them, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to see and hear your take on that. So I grabbed that for $10. I couldn't pass on it for my PC. And this was a no-brainer. This guy had a bunch of cool stuff. He had old Sports Illustrateds and totes and all kinds of random knickknacks. I picked up a Padres pennant for my buddy. He was a diehard Padres fan. It's from 1969. I got it for like $10. But I grabbed this because it was $7. It's 89 Topps Traded set. I actually have this already. I bought it a while ago. I got a lot of random sets. But the traded set, my least favorite thing about these sets is that they didn't give you any room or margin whatsoever to put the cards back in and really take them out, like without destroying and damaging corners. But 89 Traded is definitely a good set for football. We got lots of big names in here. You got Derek Thomas rookie, Deion Sanders rookie, Barry Sanders, Troy Aikman, Andre Rison's also in here. There's Andre Rison rookie card. So, and these are really clean too. I was a little curious, and when I pulled it out of the tote, I was like, is this complete? Are the best cards taken out? He's like, I'm pretty sure they're all in there. I was like, well, do you mind if I go through? This is Jim Harbaugh. Do you mind if I go through and take a look? And he's like, not at all. So we went through it together, and as soon as I saw Barry Sanders, I was like, okay, well, if Barry Sanders is in here, then they gotta all be here. But I didn't see the Aikman because I have not looked through it since that morning at the flea market. There's Derek Thomas rookie card, Herschel Walker, Greg Lloyd rookie. But definitely very clean, sharp looking cards. So we're looking for Aikman. And these are typically about $30, roughly, if you would go online and buy them. So for $7, there's the Barry. Pretty nice, centered card. There's a little blemish to the top right corner I'm noticing now. I'm sure it was from the cramped box. Steve Smith. But I like the design of 89 Topps in general for football. Well, I guess for baseball too. But there's the Aikman. So that one's a little off center, but oh well. For $7, you can't pass on 89 Topps Traded football set. Like I said, it's definitely a no-brainer. There's James Lofton, so that's pretty much the extent of those rookies. But they got some nice ones in there. So that's really all the cards that I picked up. Let's check out the vintage toys I grabbed. And here's the finale, the vintage toys that were picked up at Rogers from the same guy that I bought the Viewmaster reels from. We have two different toys from 1991 in the box, and I'm pretty excited about it because the My Pal 2, you may recognize this from your childhood.
He talks, plays hoops, Simon says, his nose glows and he throws. My Pal 2, batteries not included from Toy Biz.
These came out in 1991, and I remember as a kid, I definitely wanted one. I think we all did. The original Hills price tag on it, the electronic talking robot, kind of like resembling Alfie a little bit if you ever had an Alfie robot. I know I did as a kid. But the box is definitely a little dirty. The guy said that he actually bought out a house full of vintage toys. But this will clean up pretty easily. So I'm not too worried about it. But I'm excited to actually own this robot after all these years. And if you look at comps on these, they're typically, I mean, you can get these for with the box and stuff for like between $60 and $100 if they're in nice condition and working and stuff like that. I have no idea if My Pal 2 works. We have the original inserts in here. I know the instruction manual is also in there as well. I was shown that while I was at the flea market, but he does need a little bit of TLC, and when I say a little bit, I mean a lot. But I'm not entirely sure if he does work. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope he does, but he takes, I think, 3 C batteries, maybe 2 or 3. So I'll be taking some, I don't even know, I'll probably dip him in a vat of acid or something to get this filth off of him. And there's the original instruction manual, etc. in there. But once I get that up and going, then the My Pal 2 may be a staple on this channel. You may see him randomly. I may wake up in the middle of the night and see him walking around the house. I hope not, because that'd be pretty freaking creepy. But he may actually just turn into just that, a freaking pal. So I couldn't pass on that for $20. And then this is pretty awesome though. the Terminator Bio Flesh Regenerator playset in the box. Even though it is mangled, it looks like it got kicked down a flight of stairs, run over by a unhinged taxi cab driver, whatever it may be, or whatever happened to this thing. It still has the box, and I think it might be complete. But if you look at comps on this playset, new in box, they sell for as high as $300. And even not new or not sealed in the box, they can sell for $200. So it's a pretty expensive playset. It's a pretty freaking awesome one. For whatever reason, I keep coming across T2 stuff out in the wild. But for $5, I will never pass on a Kenner original playset. That is a no-brainer. So let's take a closer look at the condition of this. So it's pretty mangled. It does appear, I mean, the playset's definitely in there. Not entirely sure if everything else is or not, because I have not gone through it extensively. But I figured regardless for it, $5 is a risk I'm willing to take. But the box has definitely seen better days at some points. And we have the actual ooze, also the refill. That's pretty awesome. So such a cool playset to begin with. And it was one I couldn't pass on. I'm curious to know, did you have this as a kid? Do you remember this playset? I know I personally never did. So 2 toys I got as a 39-year-old adult that I never had when I was younger. So it's going to take some cleaning and some TLC, but we'll get these guys on the right track here pretty soon. So please drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed the video, and also to be eligible to win the Jeff Bagwell PSA 10 rookie card that will be given away next month. That's it for tonight, guys. Thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your night.